Hi, this is Chest High Walls. It's been a long time since my last video, and I just wanted to make this video about this game that I recently got into, at least for now. It's called Bless Unleashed. Many of you may have already heard of it, or tried it, or know its history or past, and that it's not a very pleasant history, and that it's been released many times already to abject failure every single time. But I picked it up. It's free to play on Steam right now, and as well as on consoles, and I just wanted to put my opinion out there about the quality of the game in one specific way, and that is whether or not it is a pay-to-win cash grab. There's a lot of information going on out there about the game being a shameless cash grab with no respect for itself, and I haven't seen that. There's a lot to the game that's worth liking, that's worth checking out, and the cash shop doesn't seem to be as big of a pay-to-win mess as the vast majority of videos out there are claiming it to be. And I feel that it's a disservice to the game, because there's a lot about this game that is worth checking out, and people are being turned away by these big name reviews, and they're just putting out, I'm gonna go with misinformation, because and very subjective opinions on things. Nobody's really looking at this game in an objective light. They're kind of checking out its history and making snap judgments after an hour of play. And a lot of the Lumena shop, the cash shop items in the game become very common in typical play. People who do not put money in this game are given many of these pay-to-win consumables or objects that give them pay-to-win power. And when people who don't pay for anything get the same things that people who do pay for, that doesn't sound like pay-to-win to me. That just sounds like you can buy it or you can play for it. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to go over the Lumena shop, which is tucked away in this corner over here. It was rather hard to find at first. This game is not in your face about its cash shop, and that's one argument I think is worth exploring, in that not even in the launcher is there any indication for the cash shop to be clicked on. It's not even in the UI. You have to go into the shop, and it's tucked away in this corner at the top. It puts everything else about this game front and center except for its cash shop. And while that doesn't necessarily mean that the cash shop is not predatory, it is an indication that this game is not pushing cash shop on you unnecessarily. I think that's worth mentioning. So we're gonna go into the cash shop now. First up, you got these things right here. So the battle pass is a common thing nowadays with free-to-play games. It's not uncommon at all anymore. Conqueror's Blade is a good game that has one, and it's relatively popular. And this one is no different. It's got its own. We'll go over that in a second. The growth package is probably the closest you're going to get to a pay-to-win situation with this game. And this is a costume. It's just, so this gear is obviously cosmetic. Like, there's nothing special about it that's going to put any sort of power into a player's hands who has it. That being said, I am against putting cosmetics in a game that you cannot earn in the game. However, in a situation like this, where it's kind of like an Easter thing, I don't see too big of a deal with it. It's kind of just a silly thing that players can have if they want. I'm more against lore-friendly gear being sectioned off in the store. I don't like that. I want to earn lore-friendly gear in the game that I'm playing. And we'll look in that and see if this game breaks that rule. So the bundles, this is where we're going to get close to the pay-to-win aspect of this game. So the gems here are 1,000 for $10, so 500 for $5. So this welcome growth package is $2.95, and then this down here is $65. So the thing is, people are pointing these out and saying that this is pay to win, and these items that you have in this, if you read down this, the PvE combat experience boost for 7 days and the SXP boost ticket for 7 days, these are easy to point to and say this is pay to win. Like 100%, this is a PvP game near end game, I believe. And you're looking at this, and the immediate jump to conclusion is that this is a pay to win. So the reason why I have an argument against that is because the PvE combat XP boost is only for killing monsters, and that's a 50% boost. So it's not even a double boost, it's 50% boost. But the primary way that you receive experience and you level up in this game is doing quests. And when I say primary, I mean that when you complete the main scenario quests, you're given an enormous amount of experience boost points, to the point where it goes half a level or even more just in one quest. And you get very little, comparatively speaking, when it comes to killing monsters. Not only that, but you're doing outside quests and side quests constantly while you're doing that stuff. If you're playing the game as it's intended, you will be leveling up far faster than if you were to just grind mobs with that boat boost on it. So that doesn't even cover quest experience, it's just kill experience. Not only that, but I've been collecting these combat boosts as well. You get them from regular play. This game gives you them. Not only that, but there's, like last night, there was a GM situation where this GM just like gifted everybody on the server or in the game world all of these boosts for the night. They just did it, and it said, hey, here you go. Everybody has it. Congratulations. Enjoy it. So they're kind of giving these out ridiculously. Like I've used like 4 or 5, and I've only been playing the game for technically 10 hours. And I even have a few in my bag still. So I haven't spent a dime on this game. So you can get these things just playing the game. The biggest one that I want to talk about is the SXP boost. So the SXP boost does come from quests, and that handles your skill points. So you can get a 50% bonus in the XP that you get from earning these skill points. Now, these skill points go into these abilities, and they buff the abilities. So the biggest argument that I can see for a pay-to-win structure is this. Not necessarily the leveling up, because the combat leveling up is piddly compared to questing. So that doesn't make any sense, but this does make sense. So somebody could legitimately put in a lot of money, but the thing is that they would still have to pay to play the content. It's not a flat boost. It's to your skill points. You have to play the content in order to get it. Sure, you're going to get a little bit extra experience towards these skill points. You're going to get 50% more. But let's say a person with 20 of these skill points versus somebody with 30 of these skill points, and they've done the same amount of stuff, mathematically speaking, the person with the 30 skill points is only going to have 1 or 2 of these extra leveled up. And in a game that's all about skill-based combat, the level of difference that's going to make is still not determined, but I don't foresee it to be a huge difference. Obviously, we haven't had enough time with the game. It's a pretty new game, but I don't see a big difference in that this game is very skill-based, and the person with the 20 skill points could possibly be much better player, and the other guy with the more skill points could not stand a chance. You know, it's not going to give him an edge that's going to make a difference in a lot of situations. So that's just the main argument I have against that. But this is the best argument for a pay-to-win system. You can upgrade these faster, but you still have to play the content. So there's no like, I buy this and I get these leveled up. You have to play the content. Okay, next thing would be the gold. So the gold boost, I have 1,000,000 gold. 1,000,000. I have not spent a dime in this game. I've only put about 10 hours in this game, and I have 1,000,000 gold. I can buy all of them, as far as I know. I believe I can buy all the mounts from the basic mount vendor just right now. The gold in this game is piddly. Like, it just tosses it to you. I mean, it's you're just making money hand over fist in this game. This game does have a lot of different currencies. In fact, that's a huge criticism I have of it. It's a little ridiculous. But actually there's like star seeds in the game that actually are the marketplace currency. So the gold currency actually can be swapped for the star currency, but only 3 times a day and only in a fixed amount. So you can't exactly turn an entire 1,000,000 gold over to marketplace money in a moment. It has to be, you can get them periodically throughout the week. So I guess that's how they keep the market from getting oversaturated with you know, the pay-to-win sort of situation. But you're getting gold like crazy in this game, like crazy. I have 1,000,000 and I'm money bags right now, and I'm only level 20 and 10 hours in. So the gold and the gold boost is not a concern when it comes to pay to win. Let's go down. Bag expansion. So can you carry more? Yeah, you could probably carry more, but you can also get bag expansions through gameplay as well. You can find these chests that you turn them in, you turn the tokens in, and you get bag space, permanent bag space. So you can buy this and get a lot of bag space, I suppose, but you can also go out and get the bag space on your own. So by playing the game. Potion recovery. And other people looking at this saying, oh my gosh, you can heal yourself more than other people. I wanted to show you how many of these I have, and I've sold some. I've sold a lot. I have 58 of these recovery potions. 58. You can't pop these like candy either. There's a cooldown on them. So I've just gotten this from playing, and I've sold a lot. A lot. Another thing is Elixir of Haste. I have 13 of these. I can't get rid of these or use them fast enough. I can't use them faster than I'm receiving them in my combat. You're getting them from boxes and drops constantly. And that's another thing that I believe is in the Lumena shop that people were saying where it was a pay to win. And they didn't even like play the game to find out that you get these hand over fist already. So there's a little Elixir of Haste ×5. Recovery scrolls. Okay, so these are things that are a little bit more rare. But you go to the Blessed Pass. You can get them through the Blessed Pass, which I'll cover in a second. You can get 15 through the Blessed Pass. But you can also get them. Where is it? You can also get them through. Well, you can get them through. Like I have a few. I didn't buy any. I guess I don't have any right now. Here's an XP boost, by the way. I guess I don't have one of those, but I know that in the. I know what to look for. Here, I'll show you. So we're gonna do the quest log. So you get these from quests occasionally, like see, look, you get 4 of these recovery potions for each of these. I'm about to get 4 more. Like I can even use 4 in an hour. So the recovery. So you can get these through the Blessed Pass. So you can get one right here. This is default. You don't need to buy anything for this one. And the recovery scrolls are very strange because you can, when you die, you can get rezzed by other people if you're playing with people. There's 3 more. There's 5. So you can get res by other people, but you can also pay gold, like your actual gold, to res at bonfire. And you can also pay star seeds as well to res on the spot. So you can also pay 1 recovery. So there's 3 different ways to res yourself. 4 different if you count being res by a player. So you can get res by a player, which there's usually, if you die, there's usually players around. This game's not that, empty right now. There's the star seeds, where you can res on the spot. There's a recovery scroll where you can res on the spot. You can get those through gameplay. You can get them through the cash shop. So I suppose, in a PvP environment, that's another possible argument, that you can get more of those than somebody who doesn't put money in. But again, you've got other options too. So, it's a struggle. It's like grasping straws when it comes to that argument. And then you can just pay gold too. So, and you get gold like crazy. So, yeah, the recovery passes are, they're more rare to come by, certainly. I haven't come by a lot of them. I've seen them in some of the menus that you can earn them. And they're in some of the crates and stuff as well that you get, but I haven't gotten a lot of them. That's another possible pay to win argument, but again, it's weak. Okay, so we've gone through all of those. You get 100 gold, 1,000 gold. Again, that's not that much. So let's go to the massive package, right? The memory gems are skill point boosts. Now that's okay. So that is close to pay to win. Because as I explained earlier, the 50% boost, you still have to do the content. That you don't have to do the content. So that is more of a pay to win than I believe. But so, you can decide that for yourself. That's one of the only direct money to power situations that I see. Now, okay, so the thing is with that though, is that your level in your gear score actually contribute the most to your stuff, and you cannot buy that. So that's something to mention to that. But admittedly, you can put money towards power in the skill points aspect of the game. So, worth mentioning and worth debating about for sure. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, telepost tickets. Telepost tickets are ridiculous. You spend 500 gold to teleport somewhere, and I have 1 million. So that's nothing. Time dungeon reward booster. To select the time dungeon, I guess you get an extra reward from dungeons. But honestly, the dungeon rewards are actually pretty good already. So I don't see if that's a big deal. The 100,000 star seed is kind of big, but if you can turn your gold into star seeds over a period of time, I don't see how that justifies $65. A lot of these feel like a waste of money, honestly. You get most of this stuff in the game already. Okay, so we're gonna go to consumables. Premium Bless Pass. So you get the premium. I want to go over the Bless Pass now. You get $7.50 to get the premium stuff for the Bless Pass. Now this is a monthly thing, so every month there's a new one. Now, $7.50. So, I skip Taco Bell for an afternoon and eat a sandwich. And I basically saved enough money to buy the Premium Bless Pass for a single day. For a month. So a single day of skipping out on a Taco Bell meal gets me a Bless Pass for a month. I don't think I've heard anybody argue that this is a bad deal. I think when people look at the Bless Pass, they say, oh, it's $7.50. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't think there's a lot of people saying that that's a bad deal. So I'm not going to go over it for too much. You can get recovery scrolls. Again, this is probably one of the closer arguments to pay to win. Storage expansion. This is typical stuff. I have a feeling that you can earn these in the game as well, like through the Bless Pass. So there's that. Elixir of Haste, you get these like crazy. Unbinding scroll, it's uncertain how, valuable this is going to be. Character slot expansion, that's a typical thing. I don't think anybody's arguing about that. So the costumes and stuff. So this is the more aggravating for me, in that that looks like lore accurate armor. It looks like armor that I should be able to get in the game, and it's $20. So I mean, this video isn't 100% praise. I would have appreciated that gear being in the game. However, the gear is also very, very cool looking that you get in the game. Very. In fact, I don't see anybody complaining about how cool the gear looks in this game. I think it's widespread that this game has an excellent aesthetics when it comes to the gear. So, it's a minimal complaint, but I would like to see something like that in the game. This, not so much. This seems like a fun, you know, off thing that you would put in a shop like this. And these things too. Like, I feel like that these should be earnable in the game. These are, I don't have a problem with these being sold here. So you know my thoughts on that. The mounts. Mounts are a normal thing in cash shops. I don't see anybody complaining about these. The big game right now is Final Fantasy XIV, and they sell mounts. So I don't think anybody's complaining about these. You can earn a lot of different types of mounts just from playing the game, though. So there's that to consider as well. So the limited, I actually looked at these a moment ago before this video, and I can see a good argument for this being pay to win as well. So you basically can purchase the Mind Rocks, Gathered Herbs, and the Tailored Cloth. So you don't have to go gather. You can spend 20 cents and get 10 of them. Now, the thing is with this, though, is that I didn't see these yesterday. So next reset is like today. So these must reset every day. And I wonder if there's a limit on them. You know? So if that is the case, I don't see that as being a bigger deal than at first glance. Like, for example, I don't see that as being such a big deal anymore if that's the case. Because like on certain days they have certain aspects of the game that are easier to get with the money with real money. So I don't see that as being a big deal, possibly. I'll have to take a look at that. I don't like that you can get resources with money at all, but if it's limited, then that may be something to argue. So we'll continue. These look like just fun stuff. Okay, mileage, I have no idea what mileage is. I don't think anybody knows what mileage points is. It's just another currency. Again, that's a criticism. I don't like this many currencies. I can tell you, though, that these healing potions and stuff are worthless because you get this constantly in the game. So a lot of these you get a lot of these in game. The Superior Blessed Breath ticket, you get a ton of those in game. So, and then coupons, codes, premium bags and stuff. So going over the entire Lumena shop, it's I've said my points on it. You guys can look at those thoughts and make your own judgments. But a lot of people are looking at these things at face value, and they're not considering the gameplay, the actual game, like what you get in game, how much you get of that of those items in the game, such as the haste of elixir. One of the videos I watched was very adamant about the elixir of haste being a pay to win. When I mean I haven't spent a dime and I can't get rid of them fast enough. So that's just a bit more insight in the Lumena shop with this game. You know, I've said good things, I've said bad things about it, and I just think that more information was needed out there on the internet about this, because there's a lot of people making these snap judgments about this game, and it's not fair. It's not fair to the game, and yeah, I just wanted to put this information out there. I hope whoever finds this video enjoys it, or maybe even decides to try this game when they had decided not to after watching everybody else saying poo-pooing on it. I want people to try, at the very least, try the game, because there's a lot of value in the game, it being a free-to-play game, and it has a lot to offer that people are missing out on, I would say, because there's a lot of misconceptions about the pay-to-win aspect of the game. So that's about it. I just wanted to say all that, and I look forward to comments if people find this video and like it, or criticisms. I definitely am open to that as well. So I'll go ahead and end the video. I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, try the game. It's free, so yeah. Take care.